Hi everybody, it's Sandy Reese with Stampin' Crew. Welcome to our weekly Wednesday tutorial. I'm not thinking straight yet this morning. I haven't had my full cup of coffee. So I want to thank you for coming, and we have today a St. Patrick's Day. Hi Kathy. Patrick's Day sampler. Hi Kat. So I'm excited about this one. Now we don't have a St. Patrick's Day set, but we have, so I've got a lot of different things. So we've got three stamp sets, a couple die sets, and some punch art. So I'm kind of excited. So I'm going to flip you upside down. Hi Kathy, Kat, Carrie, everybody. How are you? I'm a little bit early today, because I have a lunch date that I have to be at. So without further ado, flip you down. Everybody can see that okay? All right. So this one it was, you know, a conglomeration of things. So I was really excited about it. So this afternoon, I'm going to post on my blog all the measurements, the colors, the inks, and all the sets that I use, but I'll kind of go through them real quick with you now, but that will be posted later today so you can see it. Okay, so Heart Punch, it's from the Be Mine Stitch Framelit dies. The words, of course, are from the Word Wishes dies that I'm going to be using a lot of. The crown is from the Doily Wishes dies, has a cute little crown in there. So those are the three die sets. And then the stamps, I used a Wish for Everything, which has this, May the Luck of the Irish Go Double for You. I like that one. And then, of course, I used the Little Piggy set. Even though pigs aren't Irish, I'm sure they have pigs in Ireland. So I used this one. And I didn't use the words, I just used the pig. And then for the blessings over here, I used the Barn Door Bundle because it's got this great saying that to me sounded like an Irish blessing. May your troubles be less and your blessings be more, nothing but happiness come through your door. And then the rest of it is all punch art. So I'm going to kind of show you how we did that. So we're going to put together some of the panels. All right, so this is the designer paper is the, I used the Call Me Clover cardstock with Whisper White and then gold glimmer paper. And then this is the Call Me Clover designer paper. It comes in a 6x6 pack of colors, the last year's in colors. So they'll be retiring this year. But I used some of the different sides of the Call Me Clover paper. So I just put a gold glimmer heart on white cardstock scallop art, stuck that on there, and then for a glue dot I just used a little bit of the white baker's twine. And when you have something small like that, real thin, I just take my glue dot and kind of roll it up into a little ball. I'm just gonna stick that up there. Glue dots stick pretty good to that glimmer paper. And stick my bow on. So it's not sticky because I don't have the whole glue dot showing I've rolled it up. Just a little bit, so only enough to stick the bow on with. Let's trim that a bit. Okay, that one's super quick. Then we have this one, has another side of the designer paper, and this is a little scallop. I think I used yeah, that looks like a scallop glimmer circle, which I probably got from the circle dies. That's what I need is dimensionals. Okay. So, adhesive doesn't always stick really well to that glimmer paper, so I'm just going to use 3 mini pop-ups. Really quick here. And this is so lucky to have a friend like you. Oh, this one I think I got from the little heart Valentine set that we used last month. Okay, so this is the little flower punch from the Celebration catalog this year. and I needed a shamrock. So I'm going to show you how to turn this into a shamrock. So we only need 4 of the petals. So we're going to cut in right here on both sides, not all the way. And then on the bottom, I'm just going to kind of curve up to where I cut. And curve up to where I cut on here. To give it a little stem. And then the clovers have a little dip in their petals. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just kind of cut a little dip in each of the petals. Whoops. Hopefully making it fairly smooth. That one looks a little boxy. Let's smooth that out. Okay. So there you have a clover. That's not real centered, but it's okay. I can live with that. All right, we're going to pop that up. And just pop it up right there. So that's how you make a quick little clover if you don't have one. All right, so then we're going to do the rainbow. All right, so I just cut 1/4-inch strips of the different colors for a rainbow. I'm going to take a piece of just Scotch tape. I'm going to lay these face up just on my Scotch tape. So we're going to go red, Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, and just butt them up next to each other. Green, Roy G. Biv. Blue, I use Coastal Cabana for my blue. Blue, indigo, so we're going to go with, I think this is Blueberry Bushel, and then a little Gorgeous Grape. All right, so that's all together with a piece of tape. I'm going to just cut off that extra tape. Okay, and then on the back that has the tape, I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue and glue this across the center. And I probably could have done this before I glued the white to the green, but I've already done that. So our rainbow is going to go all the way across on this one. So you know, it doesn't always have to all be the same. Then flip it over, trim off the edges. And there we have a rainbow, because we always have a rainbow St. Patrick's Day. So, but it just looked kind of weird having this big bright rainbow right in the middle. And you know, I think I'm going to pull this off. I had just stuck this on with a little bit of snail adhesive, but I don't like it going all the way across. So we're going to pull that off. So do this before you adhere it to your green. Let's just trim off a little bit more, because it will look better. Look, sprinkles. Now it's a rainbow of sprinkles, and I feel like it's the Lucky Charm commercial here. Okay, we'll just stick this back on. All right, now you could leave it as is, but to me, it just felt like it needed a little something. So I decided to do one of these medium daisies right in the middle, just to break up that rainbow. And I'm going to curve it back just a little. Give it a little more dimension. And then bend up the petals. And I'm going to put a faceted gem there, so I don't want to add a pop-up. But if you have my frame is kind of flat, so there's not too much room for a lot of dimension. But I'm going to use one of the bigger gold faceted gems right in the middle. There, perfect. Okay, let's 3 down. And I've got sprinkles everywhere now. All right, so next we're gonna have this big one, and I did this one going up and down because I have the pig, I have my blessing, and then I'm gonna make this little hat. I've already cut one of the shamrocks, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick this on. I just felt it needed something in there. And then this is our snowman hat from the Snowman Builder Punch. And I'm making it into a leprechaun's hat. So we're just gonna glue a little black strip going across. That's too much glue. I don't like that much glue. All right. I'm gonna glue this going across. You know, it's always easier when people aren't watching you. So everybody close your eyes. Just listen to me. Okay, so then from the back, I'm just gonna trim off the extra black. And we've got our little hat. And I'm gonna use these gold flat faceted gems again. I'm gonna use a smaller one and just kind of stick that on his hat. All right, we have to color our pig first. So for coloring the pig, I use the 2 Petal Pink blends. I'm gonna just use, oops, I like the brush tip better. I'm just gonna add a little darkness in his ears, kind of under his chin. We'll do his nose, his cheeks. But there, I'm gonna add just a little bit of that darkness on his tail. Then come in with the lighter one and finish coloring in. All right, then take the little nib in, and this is where we do our blending. So I'm going to blend in everywhere. We've got a little bit of the darker. So we don't see those harsh lines. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the light soft suede for his little feet. And light, oh, I have light crumb cake, here it is. Light crumb cake for the dirt. And then I'm just going to use the Call Me Clover marker for a little bit of grass. And that's it. Then we're going to glue his hat on. You don't need a lot of glue, just a little bit. Gonna put it at a fun little angle. Okay, so cute. You could use any little character animal there if you want. The cow would be cute too, but I went with the pig today. Okay, now let's pull in our pot of gold. So we did some punch art with this one. And this is a 2-inch circle punch, and this is actually just cut a 2-inch circle punch and then cut off a little bit. If you look on here, I cut a little bit more off my pot. This one looks, I don't know, I think I need to cut a little more room so we have enough room to put our gold on. Okay, then we have these two little pieces. They look like pots, but they are actually from the Hot Air Balloon Punch. And there's a bottom of the balloon, like the balloon basket. So I'm going to add these to the bottom of my pot of gold. put them at a little bit of an angle. Let's make some little nice, just nice little legs. Whoops, I need a little more glue than that, I guess. Was going a little too light. Okay, so my gold is from, oh, let's see. I'll show you the punch. I use this punch. Don't ask me the name of it right now because it's skipping my mind, so if anybody knows it, just put it in there, but I'll put it in the instructions. So what I did was just take some gold glimmer paper and I put it in at an angle, so I cut different kind of bumps out of there. And this one, I decided I was gonna do some of the glimmer and then do a layer on my sample. There's 3 layers of just glimmer and you can't really see the different layers. So I'm just going to do a couple different layers in the shimmer paper and then the foil paper. So I just need to trim that off. Now glimmer paper doesn't want to stick with glue very well, so I'm just going to put a little tape to hold that one down. All right, so I've got a layer of gold there. Ooh, I like that. We'll do another layer of, a little layer of the foil. I'll put some gold here, or glue. Glue will stick to the foil. I'm just gonna lay that down right on top, and then we can add a little more gold behind it. Nice, I like that. What's this? I'm gonna have all kinds of gold coming out of here. Maybe we'll just add that one like that. And then a little more in the back. And then a final put, yeah, that'll be good. Cut that off, glue that down. A little more gold in the back. Oh, that's a lot of gold. Okay, I don't think we need quite that much. We'll just go with this. I have plenty to make another pot of gold for a tag. All right, I'm gonna glue that down, and then this is a little bit of the Grow Green Call Me Clover ribbon. And where did I put my glue dots? I'm just gonna stick that on here. We'll just put it right in the middle. Okay, there's our pot of gold. All right, then we have our word piece. Oh, I've got dust on here. Let's clean that off. Okay, so we're gonna do happy, and I'm just putting just some little lines of Tombow adhesive. I'm gonna do happy up here kind of in a corner. All right, and this comes out, has 3 dies, St. Patrick's Day. And this is this one's nice because it's italicized, so it's in an angle. So if you don't get it exactly right, it's okay, because it's hard to tell if it's exactly straight or not. I'm just putting glue on some of the bigger areas. St. Patrick's Day. All right, and then I don't know that a crown's necessarily St. Patrick's, but it was something. And then I have there's a little apostrophe right here, but it was real small, so I just left it in the negative space. So I'm just gonna see see if I can pop that out right where it belongs. Close, close. All right. And then for a little bit of embellishment, I have these little enamel dots. They're in the catalog. I'm going to use a small one to dot my eye. And then I'm going to take a large, medium, and small. Medium. Let's see, put this one here, and then another small one. These come in all of those in colors. We'll just stick it there. Okay, so that one is done. So these go together pretty quickly. Okay, I saved the one that takes the most time for last. Of course I did. Okay, so this is May the Luck of the Irish Go Double for You. And it's kind of long. Now you could always, if you wanted on a sampler, do a banner that kind of goes across both. And I'm sure I will do that at some point in time. A nice long banner that goes across little smaller panels. But this one, it does have a lot of words, so I'm going to just trim it pretty close to the words, just a small border. And then I'm going to cut off May the Luck of the Irish Go Double for You. All right, and we're going to pop that up. Those are pretty thin, so I'm just going to take, boy, I've got tape and everything all over the place here. I'm just going to cut some really thin pieces off the edge of my dimensionals and use that. I'm just putting one in the middle. One little strip is plenty. It's not like people are going to be pulling on this. And I'm not good at lining them up, so I'm going to put them all at an angle on purpose so I don't have to line them up. It's a lot easier to put them on like that. Okay. Which one is that? That's the last one. Try to go in order. Go double for you. Okay. Nice. All right, now we're going to make our leprechaun. So I've taken a 1 1/8 inch scallop circle punch and then a 1 inch circle punch. That's pumpkin pie, and this I think is petal pink. All right. Then his hat. Now this is part of the Truly Tailored punch, or the Tailored punch. I don't know, it was Truly Tailored stamp set. I just cut off one end. I need to cut this down a little bit. That's a little closer to hat size. I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue this on. Just put a little bit there and glue that on his head. It's a little, sometimes it's easier to assemble. And then I've just taken a 1/4 inch strip of the same color and make a little hat brim. Then I'll trim it off. All right, hopefully I'll trim this. He doesn't need a huge brim. I'll just give him a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to give him a little black band like the pig had, because he had his leprechaun. So I'm just, this leprechaun hat, this is I think just 1/8 of an inch, and then flip it over and then just trim it at the same angle as the hat. Okay, and then I cut just a little teeny piece of foil. We're just going to put it right in the middle. I think it's just a little foil square. I don't have any little teeny buckles. All right, so let's give him a nose. This is just a 1/4 inch circle punch. You know, I have this. I could use it. That would make sense, wouldn't it? And then I cut 2 1/4-inch circle, or not cut, I punched 2 1/4-inch circle eyes. Hopefully I have left enough room to stick his eyes on there. It's not a very good circle. I don't like that one. Alright, let's cut another, oh, where's my 1/4-inch circle punch? Not there. Here it is. Do I have a piece of white cardstock? Yes, I do. All right, let's pull that out. That looks better. Okay. Get these a little closer to his nose. Okay. Then I have 2 little 1/8-inch circle punches. Just 2 little dots. Oh, that's so much glue. All right. Stick a couple little eyeballs in there. That doesn't look very round. I don't know what's going on with that either. But do I have some black? That is the question. Is this big enough to give me a black circle? Let's see. Probably not. Oh, but it does. It did. That's better than the other one I had. Okay. So now we've got, you want to make sure his eyeballs are kind of going in the same direction. And then we'll just use a little black Stampin' Up marker. Give him a fun little smirk. And a couple dimensionals. And pop this up right on our panel there. Okay. I think that's everything. Let's clear our area. We'll bring in our 12 by 12 white cardstock. Still have sprinkles everywhere. Okay, I've got all of our panels. We've got our frame we made last time, which is just 1 5/8 inch all the way around. All right, so I'm going to start with this one. I'm just going to go ahead and use a little tombow there. Pop this in the corner. Then our heart goes next to it. Oh, don't move. Okay, we'll do our top 2 corners. So our pig is next. And then our pot of gold goes in this corner. Okay, we have So Lucky to Have a Friend Like You, goes on the side. I'm just eyeballing between these two. We have our leprechaun up at the top. All right, let's pull this off. And then our colorful one we'll put right in the middle. Okay. Whoops, Roy G. Biv, red goes on top. That was close. Okay. I think that looks pretty even all the way around. Okay, so, oh, I forgot to mention our drawing from last week. Our winner was Sharon Shalin. So Sharon, I'm gonna, if you're home this afternoon, I'm gonna drop you by your cards and some other things I have for you. And then if you share this video, I will put you in a drawing and somebody can win this for next week. I will post all of the details on my blog later today. It's stampin'crew.com, and I will upload this to YouTube. If you're watching from YouTube, please join our Facebook group, the Crew Stampers Forum. We'd love to have you there. And if you have any questions, I'm going to flip you back up for a second. Just let me know. I see we have lots of comments there. Thank you, everybody. All right, I will see you guys soon. See you next week. All right, bye-bye.